main aim for this is to direct your money where it needs to go. Hi besties, hi fam, welcome to my YouTube video. This is your girl Miss Masha, and today it is the 1st of August, so we welcome the month of August. Hopefully it's going to be full of love, kindness, and that is going to be gently on us. So on today's video we're gonna be doing August budget because we are planning for payday, and I want to know exactly where my money needs to go. And if that is something that you are interested in seeing and you want to know how I actually prepare for my payday, then please do stick around and watch this video. So before we get into the budgeting video, last year I got myself a copy of this book. It's by Sam and she's South African, but it's applicable to everyone and anyone wherever they are. So it says manage your money like an F growing up. I really love this book. I think it is the book that helped me to fall in love with financial management, and luckily I also did a course early last year that had to touch on financial management. But I think this one, it's one of the simplest book to understand when you are working on your own finances, and it is one of the books that I cherish. I do have a collection of financial books, but this one is one of the books that I cherish. So this is not an ad, it's just me saying to someone, if you want to know more and better about your finances and how you can do better with your savings challenges and how you can take advantage of the bank and all of those things, and have an idea of where you can actually take the money after you've done your savings challenges, where you can invest it or save it, this is the book that can assist you to understand things simpler. Now let's get to my August budget. So I only have one source of income, which is my work. So I do not have like a couple of income streams, and so we are working only with one source of income. So there is going to be a different on my finances because there is a stockful that I'm not going to be doing this month. It's a birthday stockful. So let me just first list the things that I need to pay for, and we get to see maybe like how much we are going to be spending on that. As you know that I'm staying at my own place and I'm renting, so the first thing we need to do is to know that we have to pay rent, otherwise we're gonna be kicked out. And at my place also I buy electricity, and it is quite expensive, I must say. It's very expensive, so it's better for me to budget for it. And I travel to work each and every day, so that's gonna cost me some good petrol. And I also pay for Netflix. I know, do not judge. I also do pay for Netflix, and I also pay for Canva because I like to have like good thumbnails, so I definitely do pay for Canva. And I also pay for DSTV at home, back home. So here on my side I like to watch Netflix, not like an actual. And then remember I said, okay, let me just write it. We do have the birthday stock file, and then we have the grocery stock file. So why do I have a grocery stock file? It's because some of, especially those ones who are doing like budgeting videos and savings challenges, most of you do have savings challenges that are touching on Christmas, on groceries and all of that. So I didn't really trust myself on keeping the money for the Christmas groceries. So therefore we have a stock file. So there's a person who's actually keeping the money for the grocery stock file. We have gas, because at my place I have 2 gas bottles, one that I use for the stove and then one that I use for the geyser. So I have to buy like 2 gas bottles. And then we have our credit. If you can remember, on my previous video I did pay an extra 10,000 rands on my credit, and then we're still left with 60,000 rands. But they also have a certain amount that they take monthly. So if they do take that amount, it doesn't pay my credit as much as I would wish. It pays like, I think it's 500 rands, which is not much. So I have to try and push it as much as I can. And then let's just put like credit extra and see if we can put extra this month. All right, let me just check. So we've got rent, electricity, petrol, Netflix, Canva, DSTV, birthday stock file, grocery stock file, gas, credit extra, and we haven't budgeted for groceries. And then you also have T and C. It's another stock file, this one. All right, okay, so now I think we've got things down, but I'll just double check if I have left anything out here. Car insurance, I don't know how I forgot that one, but I did. So I've left car insurance. So I've mentioned that when it comes to the birthday stock file, something that we do at work, it's for 200 rands. So why am I not budgeting for it this month? It's because I've already paid it for August. So we are sorted with the birthday stock file. So it is paid already. And then also we have our snowball challenge, which for August, the snowball challenge, I've already paid it. So we are not budgeting for that. In case you were surprised, I'm going to show you in the video that we have already paid the snowball challenge. So for August it was 800 rands for the snowball challenge. So we are still doing quite good on the snowball challenge. So nothing else is changing that much on my budget, besides that the snowball has been paid for and the birthday stock file has been paid for. Other than that, everything else remains. So for rent, we've got 3,600 rands, and then electricity, usually for the whole month I budget like 500 rands for it. It depends on how I use the electricity. These days it's very cold. I think you've seen me. I love this because it's warm. It's like you're wearing a blanket. So it's very cold. So I'll have the heater on, and that consumes a lot of electricity. And then we have petrol. Also with petrol, I usually budget like 3,000 rands, but I can go over the 3,000 rands. Why? Because I don't like, my work is not stationed in one place, so it can happen that I actually go work in another state or another province. So for those of you that are not South African, it's gonna be state for you. For those who are South African, it's gonna be like out of the province. And obviously we have Netflix. Who doesn't want to watch a little bit of drama on Netflix? And I paid the one for 180 because I'm sharing a screen with my little sister. And then we've got Canva, that's 110. And then we've got DSTV, is budgeted 500 for it. And birthday stock file has been paid. And then grocery stock file, each month we pay 300 rands, and there is 10 of us in the stock file. And then we have an admin that is responsible for all of that. And then we have gas. So with the gas, I still need to check. However, I'm gonna put the money away for the gas. So I buy like 2 gas cylinders, and for both of them I need 700 rands. And then the credit is gonna take 3,000. That's the credit. And then the credit extra, I'm not sure how much to budget, but for right now I think I'll put 500 rands, because the birthday stockful money I'm gonna edit there, the snowball money I'm gonna edit there, so I just took a little bit, so 500 rands. And then groceries, because I just added groceries. If you have seen my video, it's not much, so when I get paid I need to buy food. So food is very expensive, so usually I use 1.5, and we have a stock fill, a TNC stock fill, so it's another stock fill that we are doing. So why does it sound like I have so many stock fills? The other one, especially the birthday stock fill, it's more of socializing with colleagues, you know, why not? So when you get the money on your birthday, you can save it, you can do whatever. So for me it works fine. It's only 200 rands, so it's not much. The only stock file that is taking much on my pocket is the TNC, and with that one you get it once in a year and it's a lump sum. So also we are doing 3,000 rands for that one. And then we have car insurance, that is like 1.8. so that one, it's standard. They always take their money. So this is how I plan for my payday, so that I do not get confused. So as you have realized, I haven't included anything when it comes to like outings or fun. So I don't do a zero-based budget. I always say that, and I always have a buffer. So the buffer that I usually keep around for myself, it's 1,500 rands. So this buffer assists me when I run out of petrol money. As I've said, that I sometimes travel long distance and I never get to know that. I never really get to know that for this month I'm going to be working way in advance. So therefore I need to have that money. So if I'm working outside of my state or outside of my province, that means maybe like toll gate fees are going to be added in there. So yeah. And then also just money to grab something on the way, obviously. And then also if I run out of something in the fridge or in the groceries, this buffer usually helps. My savings right now, so your girl has to pay herself. That's one thing we shouldn't mess around with. So the buffer is allocated fixed, and then we have our savings that we are doing. So the savings are going to Capitec. So yeah, so it's a new thing that I'm trying with the savings. I think I've been doing it for like 3 months and I was not putting it on a budget. I was just using the money that I have, the money that I allocated to myself, you know. So because the stockfall, the TNC stockfall is like another savings, and then now I want to start this savings. So for this savings for this month, I'm gonna try and make it 500 rands. Why? Because it's gonna be part of the emergency fund savings challenge, the one that I've been talking about and I haven't started. So I just wanted to see if I actually have the money before I commit myself in doing that savings challenge. So as I've done it behind the scenes for 2 months, this is going to be the 3rd month. So if I've done it for like 2 months, then I think I now have a way and understand my finances a bit better, and has also like cut off a few things, you know, especially such as the buffer, because I think my buffer was quite big before. So the 500 rands for this month, it's definitely going to go to the emergency fund. So it means on our emergency fund, we're gonna have plus or minus like 1.5. So I'm gonna move it from the other bank to the one where I love to save my savings challenges. So that's where I'm gonna move it. So fam, this is what I always do to prepare myself for payday, because it really helps me a lot just to breathe and to understand what I did with my money. And the other thing that I always do is to download my bank statement and go through it, because there are always things myself, I don't know about you, but there are things that I get to do in the midst of the moment. And now when I go back to the statement and I realize, like, no, Mashi, you have taken yourself out into 2 restaurants and bought yourself a meal that costed some good money, and that's where your money went. Not to shock myself, I try to look at my habits. I try to work on those habits slowly, and I think that is how I'm opening, like few rents for the few rents to come back. So since I do have the stock file for TNC, it makes me to feel better, because I think that's where the concept of paying yourself first comes in, rather than to pay yourself with whatever that is left. So since I do have savings in a form of a stock file, so for those who do not know, a stock file, it's a group of people coming together, saving together. It's either they're using one account, or it's either they take turns. So if it's your turn, all the other individuals are going to send you the amount of money. Then now you get a lump sum of money that you can redirect, whether to your debt or whether to your car or whatever your goal was. So that is a stock file. So my turn of receiving the money hasn't come yet, so I still need to review exactly where am I gonna take the stock file money to. So this one is a way of me paying myself first, because if I do not do that, then I wouldn't really be putting so much into my savings. As well as the savings challenges, they kind of like help me a lot to make sure that I structure things in a fun way, because it is really fun. I enjoy savings challenges and I create them myself, so it's really fun. It's like a new skill that I've got. I'm using Canva. It's really fun creating those savings challenges. So that is also another way for me to save for my future self, because once I'm done with the savings challenge, then it has to remain there, accumulate a little bit of interest, and also just be ready to be utilized. So I do have the stock file, and I do have the snowball challenge that I'm doing, which I believe you have been following, which I'm really proud of as well. It's the 8th month of the year and we are still at it, which is very, very nice. I'm so proud, and if you were doing it with me as well, I'm so proud of you, because at the end of the day, we're gonna have something to utilize or to direct on our debt. So the credit extra, I'm really happy with it, because we're just trying to kill the credit on the debt that we have as much as we can. But the plan with this credit, it's actually to pay it off before end of September. So yeah, we're just looking forward to see if we can take other savings that we have and not just aggressively pay it off. That's the aim. I want to pay it as quickly as possible, because I've been calculating and I feel like they have been taking so much from me, and I think it's about time that, if it means that I have to take everything from all the savings challenges and redirect them to the debt, I know that other people may differ with that, but we'll still be left with like an emergency fund. So it's something that I'm thinking. So next time you see a video, you might see me saying that I've paid off that credit, because it is frustrating me so much. So that is how our August budget looks like, but we're expecting some few rents to come in. It's not an extra income, but the few rents are actually coming from someone that is close to me that I borrowed money, and it's like some good few rents. So when the few rents come in, not sure when, but promised this August, so they're gonna go to the credit. They're definitely gonna go to the credit. Hence I'm saying that aggressively I wanna fight the credit so much. So when it comes to gas, like I've said, I've got 2 gas cylinders, so I need to check if they are low. But with gas cylinders, obviously I cannot say that when I get paid I'm gonna buy it on that day. I'm just gonna keep the money ready in case I run out of gas. Then I would have money to go buy the gas cylinder, because it's cold. I wouldn't survive with cold water, there's no way. So as you can see, even this one uses gas, so but I don't worry about this one because I hardly use it, so it always has gas. But yeah, so that's how my August is looking like. So in August we are planning to start the emergency fund with the 500 rands, right? So I'm really excited about that. Finally, I'm not gonna be doing the snowball only, but finally the emergency fund, and we've got the stock file and the grocery stock file. So this is what I have for August, and we're gonna see when we are updating the savings challenges. We're gonna see if we have kept up to it, but it looks like the budget is actually in order, and that is also realistic because no changes. Besides that, we have saved on 2 things, which is the snowball that was already paid and birthday stock file. So this one has been paid from the extra money that I had myself, from the extra bonus income that I had. Remember that I had 5,000 rands directed to me, and I spoiled myself with the stand, a speaker and all of that. So I also used like 1,000 rands to just pay the snowball and also pay the birthday stock file that I do at work. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully you will give it a thumbs up. I know I never disclose, and I won't, and I'm not ready. I don't disclose my salary, so I just work with the budget like this. And these are the things that I do monthly, and hopefully it's gonna help you to have an idea on how you need to do your budget, and on how you need to also prepare your mind for your payday, so that you do not derail. Because the main aim for this is to direct your money where it needs to go, and also for you not to get too excited and do things that you shouldn't be doing with your salary. Prioritize your goals. We are still left with 4 months, so there's still much that you can do to try and reach the goals that you had for 2026. You still have time to do that. Thank you so much. Do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and do not forget just to leave a comment, and please just press that like button, and I will be seeing you guys on the next one. Bye.